Joining me today is a special guest who has given out the latest Karnataka government budget, the Chief Minister himself, Mr. Basavaraj Bommai. Sir, thank you for speaking to India Today this morning, sir. Firstly, I have to congratulate you for giving the latest budget. For the first time after COVID, we have seen a surplus budget. The whole outlay of the state budget is crossing a whopping 3 lakh crores. How did this happen post-COVID?
See, as you know, during COVID time, the economy had slumped, and the another reason for that was that we had a deficit budget.
Yeah.
Just before COVID, the mismanagement of Sidduramaiah, you can look into the figures. Maximum loans were taken during Sidduramaiah. I'll just give an example. In 70 years, Karnataka had 1 lakh crore loan, and during his time, it became 3 lakh. 2 lakh crores in 5 years, no COVID, everything was normal. And when COVID came, of course, the economy slipped down in the entire country, and even GST could not be given, therefore they gave it on the loan. So all those debt loads were on us.
Yeah.
So we also made 2 lakh crores in 2 years. But the best part is, just after COVID, experts said that it will take 5 years for Karnataka to become a surplus budget. But because of the robust economic growth and very efficient tax efforts, we are able to bring back the economy on track, the growth rate on track. Our tax efforts have yielded more than the targets. Hence, we are in a position to give a surplus budget now because of very good performance in 1.5 years.
You're going into election. If anyone else was in your chair, would be tempted to go for a populist budget, announcing freebies, making a manifesto into a budget. How did you curtail yourself and not falling for that trap? It would be tempting for you also.
See, the good reason is what damage the Congress government had done and what the damage done by COVID and floods. If it had continued this, would have done further damage. It would have not done good to the economy of the state and future of the state. So my conscience said that yes, we have to help the poor people, working class, and we got good enough resources to do it, but not beyond a point, and not to compete with the opposition who are most irresponsible. They are promising moon to the people. I don't know who has advised them. They are going to ruin the entire economy of the state, and if they implement all this, there will be no money to pay the salaries.
Can Exchequer bear that amount?
That's what I said. It's just impossible.
Okay.
Just astronomical figures what is required. And in 1 year, if they spend all this money without creating any assets, without creating any economic good where they can get back, then probably the state will be in problems. And I don't want to be that part of it. When I look back in my career, I should say that I have done good for the state.
So this was a conscious call to make it a surplus budget.
Yes, I didn't yield to their competition.
Okay.
But one thing, their promises are so impractical, even people also know. And people don't believe them. They also know that people don't believe them. That's why they are giving some card.
Guarantee card.
What is that? What it makes? For the first time in a political history of the country, a political party is giving card before election. That's open corruption. Open corruption. So what it means? That it's advance payment for voting. Secondly, people had believed them. Why they should issue card? People don't believe them. And okay, if there was some 24,000 crores which is required for the 2,000 per household.
Yeah, per year to 24,000 crores.
If they kept in the bank and issued card, I would have agreed. They say in Kannada, bin bandwal business.
No capital.
No capital. They are just doing business without any capital. Neither they have political goodwill capital, nor they have got a very good track record capital. They are just trying to fool the people. Then I have told them that you can fool somebody sometime, everybody sometime, but you can't fool everybody every time. That's why they had put that flower.
So I also saw when they kept the flower, you were smiling. In fact, when you before you delivered the budget, you were smiling. Were you
Yeah,
laughing at them? What was going on in your mind?
And I was really, it was such a funny sight. And I wondered what these people have stooped to. It is the political bankruptcy of ideas. And they are looking so funny, one thing. Second thing is that they have already put flowers on the ears of people all these years. They went round and people have put flowers, and that's why they are showing it. Especially I pity Sidduramaiah. Congress party has brought him so low that they have to put flowers. There are so many ways to express your opposition and do that. And Congress is a very old party. So they are stooping so low, and that shows the desperation.
So, and in your budget, you've stressed a lot about Bangalore City. I come from the same city where the interview is happening. Traffic was big issue. For this, you have created new police stations. You are filling up 2,000, creating more jobs for traffic police. And I know for a fact that when you travel from Vidhan Soda to your house, you always look at the traffic, which signal, how many people are standing. Artificial intelligence signals that you're bringing in right now. Tell us more about the Bangalore, your ideas for Bangalore City through the budget.
See, Bangalore is the fastest growing city. In one day, 5,000 new vehicles hit the road.
Yeah.
The roads are same. And the highest population growth is also there in Bangalore. To mitigate the mobility problems, we are trying to do elevated roads and so many things. But a proper traffic management, if it is done, more than 60-70% of the problem will be solved. And I have shown it.
Yeah.
I have appointed a new commissioner, Mr. Salim, who is a PhD in traffic. And he has brought such a big change within the system only. Therefore, technology plays a very important role in traffic management. That few seconds, if it can be saved, it will be converted into a minute.
Correct.
So synchronization of signals, artificial intelligence we are using for a serial camera where it goes around and sees of the all 4 or 6 roads where the traffic load is more and it readjusts. So all this new technology also we are using. Better traffic management is being done. We are laying new elevated roads, new roads, as well as there was a gap, there was a dark spots as far as traffic is concerned in the city. I have to fill it up with new police stations, with new men. That's what we have done.
And also sheet oils that you have brought in for women. Not just Bangalore, but across the budget, I've seen women getting more priority in free bus passes for working women, for girl students. This was a conscious call for putting effort to make women.
This was a long time idea within me. Of course, toilet is the most essential thing. As we all know that in public spaces, it is so difficult for a woman. Therefore, I thought that we should have exclusive sheet toilets, and I have made plans also for that. Secondly, these bus passes and all. I have seen families dropping out girl children from going to school because they can't afford a bus pass or so many. They are very, very poor people. So I wanted to help them, and I am trying to do everything to increase the numbers in the schools, colleges. You know that I made up to degree free, PUC and degree free education for all. Yes. Because if you compare to the primary numbers which admission take place, PUC, it will be hardly 20-25%. And as far as degrees are concerned, it's just 15-16%. So what it shows? That they need a lot of help, economical help, and giving them, parting them with a very good quality education. So that's all programs I have done.
You have also kept national interest in place. Agniveer scheme you have announced. that you would train 10,000 youths every year to make them take part in the Agniveer scheme.
See, agniveer program has taken off very well now. A lot of youngsters want to join, and it's there in so many other countries. You catch them young and have a army training, then the whole character changes. Therefore, a lot of students have shown interest. I thought that I should do my bit
Okay.
to help them, to train them, to give the insight of the Agniveer project and overall defense. So it will be a very good thing. In spite of they going with private people,
Yeah.
and I don't know how they do it. So I have taken that responsibility on myself.
And also, every time opposition speaks of BJP government, they talk about unemployment. You have created 1 lakh just government jobs alone in this budget. You have announced to fill up 1 lakh
Yeah,
vacancies.
that is just in government sector.
Yes,
1
government
lakh.
sector.
See, the all India average is 4.6 unemployment.
Yeah.
We are just 2.5 already. We have created a lot of jobs in last 2 years in all sector. In rural area, self-help groups areas, a lot of employment has been created for self-employment schemes. Even in SC, ST, OBC children, a lot of self-employment has been created. And then we are recruiting teachers, we are recruiting police. Apart from that, economy is providing more opportunity of jobs. ITBT alone will give us around 2 lakhs jobs every year.
Yeah.
To the state, and manufacturing will give another 2.5 lakhs of jobs. And I have made an employment policy. I am going to give more incentive to the industries where they employ more people. So this is first of its kind in the country. So we are doing a lot of things for employment, and tomorrow probably there will be a report on the private sector employment, how much it has generated and everything. And I am sure that Karnataka is one of the top employment provider state, and I want to enhance that capabilities and see that all the children who get job, they get opportunity to work. That's why I got one scheme done here. Those who are unemployed for 3 years,
Yeah.
they will get 2,000 rupees as a help to put applications and other things in competitive exams or in employment.
Correct.
And then I have given another thing for youths, where they might have failed their 12th standard or 10th standard. I am giving them one more opportunity for a short-term training, 3 months training and 3-month apprenticeship. All these 6 months will be provided 1,500 rupees.
So these are job.
So I want youths who have not done good or lost hopes to bring back in the mainstream. Give them a very good skill training, make them have a job, so that the youths should feel confident about the society that and the government, that there is something who can handle us.
Let's move to another sector. So I am a bit biased towards our state because I feel Karnataka has the best tourism industry here. I've traveled to Kerala, Goa. I still feel that our state is completely unexplored still tourism spots. Seen the tourism department of the budget that you have outlaid, a lot of stress on tourism spots to redo the spots, cable car, ropeways, all that you have announced. How do you see Karnataka becoming a tourist destination too?
Certainly, by nature, Karnataka is blessed. That's why when Kerala tourism people call that it's a
God's own country.
God's own country.
Yeah.
I have given a tagline to my tourism: God's most loved country.
Correct.
So, see, one major thing what has happened is, Government of India and the leadership of Modi ji, the CRZ norms have been relaxed. We had a relaxed norms of CRZ in Goa and Kerala. There was a huge injustice done to our 330 kilometers of coastal line.
Yeah.
So the first time the CRZ norms are cleared, our plans are approved. So there will be huge potential now. Beach tourism, sea tourism, pilgrim tourism.
In
those
Koppal,
areas.
you have announced 100 crore for tourism for Anjaneya temple there.
Yeah, yeah.
Hanuman temple.
I mean, That was done in the last year only.
Yeah.
But this will explode the possibility of tourism in such a big way. And I am going to create a marina. We don't have a marina in our country, so first marina I am trying to do. Then I am going to have waterway travel from Manglore, Karwar, Goa up to Bombay. So, lot of new thoughts have been put in tourism. And monumental adoption, then monumental improvements, and pilgrim training, heritage tourism. We are doing so much.
And also, sir, farmers become the largest caterers to the budget also. You have increased the loan from 3 lakh to 5 lakh with 0% interest. Would that be a burden to the exchequer also, or?
Certainly it will be a burden, but I don't think as an expenditure, it's an investment.
Okay.
If farmer is strengthened, he gives back. He gives back in terms of food grains, he gives back in terms of commercial crops. And if farmer is strengthened, where the 60% of populations in India is farmer, and farmer is also a consumer, it is not a producer. So I see farmer as producer and consumer. 60% of population consumption is done to them.
Yeah.
So we have to help them. And what has happened is, more importantly, all these years agriculture has grown, but farmer is where he is. We have got a green revolution, white revolution, but there is no revolution to the farmer. So these two have been now two different things. We had enough of agriculture-centric programs, but we should have farmer-centric programs. If farmer is strengthened, farmer's living condition improves, then his efficiency improves. That's how the contribution in farm sector is important.
So before we close this interview, a lot is talked about this Ram Mandir issue. You have announced Ram Mandir construction in Ramdevrabetta and Ramnagara. Opposition, I'm sure you would have seen yesterday what they've spoken about this. They're saying this is moving away from the development issues. But all of your cabinet members have welcomed. There's a temple already there. There's nothing wrong in reconstructing another temple there.
No, it's not a question of our cabinet colleagues. First of all, basic question is, what is wrong in building Ram Mandir? Is it a sin? Is it a sin to build Ram Mandir? And where it can be built? Ramnagar is there. There is a ancient folklore where it says that Rama had come there. That's why the Ramnagara is there. Rambetta is there. And people of those areas wants it. We have responded. And what is wrong in it? Is it a sin to remove Ram Mandir? Let them oppose. They are not opposed. D.K Shivakumar, let him oppose that. Let him make a statement that I am opposed to Ram Mandir. Let him do it. He is not ready to do that, instead of saying so many other things. So we should not give importance to all this.
Well, that was the Chief Minister who gave his clarity about and ideas about the budget that he's presented recently for the state of Karnataka and his future for the state and his plans, what would happen in the course of 1 year. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to India today.